Всем привет, народ, с вами Херон, и сегодня мы продолжаем проходить сюжет Сумер в Геншине. В коем-то веке, как говорится, добрался все-таки до него. Третья серия подряд за день, и я уже просто вот хочу закончить это. Осмотритесь в Академии. Ага, значит, я все-таки правильно пошел. Короче, последняя глава. Здрасте.
I appreciate the concern, but who are you? Ah, friends of Sino. Well, I suppose it's not a secret or anything. My name is Nabil. I'm a matra in the academia. A case involving the smuggling of canned knowledge has come to our attention recently, but...
Huh? You mean the academia is
Well, not exactly. I suppose the main problem is that the case suddenly came up after General Mahamatra Sino left. Given the large scope of the issue, we talked things over internally and decided that we should find further assistance from out... If you two have some time.
Alright, since you asked so...
Yes, large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. According to our current leads, it's highly likely that there are dealers selling canned knowledge outside the city.
You can count on us!
То бишь я теперь мальчик на побегушках. Золотой шакал. Не-не-не, стоп, погоди, Джей. Я как бы не за этим пришел. Вот. В смысле? Так, ради, что-то я немножечко запутался. Теперь это морец. Золотой шакал глава 1. Я не пойму. У меня было... Ладно, хрен с ним. Типа мы получили задание сюжетное, глава 5. И в итоге получается, что это задание нас привело в Академию, а в Академии нам дали совершенно другое задание. Здрасте.
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Ага. Я тебе еще раз сфоткаю.
Please.
Мало ли превьюшки не будет.
Wait a moment. Before attending the meeting,
What do you need?
promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
Я подумаю.
What do you think?
Okay.
Слишком большой риск. Ворваться через волны ворота и спасти Нахиду. Все. Да, поскорее бы с этой пустыни выйти. Я не хочу играть в 45 FPS. Знаешь, раньше я думал, что 30 FPS можно комфортно играть. Потом я, когда начал играть 60 FPS, разницы особо не заметил, просто как, ну комфортно. А потом, когда я понимаю, что у меня нестабильный 60, там 55, 50, 45, меня начинает так, сука, дико бесить, что я не знаю.
We already discussed things a bit.
В смысле, поговорили без меня?
Are you ready?
Нет.
Very well.
Ну, сказал уже нет.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making...
Ну,
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well, traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions,
да,
the
план
meeting must have
какой-то
been
есть,
quite
но я его не
productive.
знаю.
Can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And
Paimon's a little worried.
to be honest, I feel the same. Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you.
I'm very glad to hear. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. So you're welcome. Good luck.
Так, на встречу с Аль-Хайтаймом. Может, вы лучше реально Аль-Шайтайм называть? Типа Шайтан калитка, Аль-Шайтайм, чего где нет. То как-то Х не выговаривается, вот Ш вполне.
Sounds good. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll hit them.
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah. Also, Candace told everyone.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve. I hope this is clear to you.
Да-да.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while we all have our jobs to do after all. It's like how some people can be put in charge of logistics while others will fight on.
Speaking of the front lines,
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble skull. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer. Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary group.
well, being a scholar is also a high risk.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even
This guy. Hyman's still.
all intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the I think those mad scholars and mercenaries but the academia has always held a different view. They've always believed that symptoms of madness. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to—
But Hyman thought that Irminsul's disease. At least that. Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots.
But if that.
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia Fort?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. To make sure we're still on track, I would like to check on this
Where are we going?
to an Aramite base.
Понятно. Я думаю, что мы реально пойдем в академию и начнем разбирать их направо-налево. А в итоге получается, что мы до сих пор в пустыне и не делаем ни хрена нового. Интересно, зажечь можно? А чё зажечь нельзя? Я в печали. Когда мне говорят, что нельзя что-то поджечь, это значит, что это либо плохо горит, либо не горит. Либо горит так, что сгорает все.
Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are.
I gave them some tech.
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
С кого вытащили знания?
Yes. We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extraction?
Look here.
Huh? More can knowledge? Are you trying to put more weird stuff into.
What's that look on your face?
Hyman's a little scared, but.
That's an interesting
Я
response.
вижу сундук.
Anyway, we're not going to use this. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The Agate Traveler. I want you to record something into this capsule.
Это как, блядь?
Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Convict now. Please get ready and—
You want us to record our conviction?
Yes,
Paimon is.
I understand. But trust me, because to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own—
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything went without a hitch. And now, open your eyes.
Я, в принципе, догадываюсь, что он хочет сделать, но...
Here,
What's this?
read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no...
But what was the point of doing?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case, these...
Huh?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those... You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha... Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. After all that time.
A fool? A machine?
В принципе, ты станешь пойман.
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are... In addition, those who understand the rules can You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
Things you're interested in are really out there.
Anyway, I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects.
Small project?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a...
Сложно. Слишком сложно. Типа я подумал об одном, а оно оказывается чуточку другое. Типа, думая о нашем плане, как уже все зашибись, так сказать, думая о будущем, мягко говоря, и скажи этот текст. Потом ты просто подпихиваешь этого ученого, они такие: о боже, это капсула знания, наверное, Сербенсуля, о нет, нам всем конец.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties.
But it's still the best plan we have. Is a former
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called...
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My
понятно.
friend, you're just in time.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment. Had I known all Hatham would give you those kinds of suggestions...
Look, you already know that we're...
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate...
Seems you really do understand.
Traveler, Paimon. Rahman's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Reebok guards in my capacity as a Matra.
Wait, how can we work with...
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so... My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let...
That also sounds like something all hate...
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous...
Of course he does. He told me. There is no perfect plan. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to I'm okay with the deaths of enemies.
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect.
Now you're making this hard.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number...
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But we have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory.
Well, but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more...
Okay, you have a deal.
Давайте
Guards should be
выступление.
stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
Так сказать, подеремся понарошку, свяжем их и поведем. И нормально. Здрасте. Все, здесь будем мутузиться.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location.
Ah, of course. Mahamatra Sino's or... But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale.
As many as Ain al-Ahmar? This should definitely be
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already, even if that guard doesn't know, they're
We discussed this, remember?
Я не
The
помню.
caravan rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the academia has been covering up.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the general, no matter how you look at it, they don't seem
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction.
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must actually. Considering the power of the Akasha,
I've given that a lot of thought. If you remember, when you first came to Aru village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kid bought. Things like that never happened.
that's true.
Потому что у тебя мысли, короче, начали по-другому работать.
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict your actions?
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to haven't you ever thought about it?
Because the Akasha controls the entire.
The academia firmly believes that all human actions can be.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absent, decisive, and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your So, in my.
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever.
Понятно.
Paimon,
Next time, hey,
will do.
just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here.
Да-да.
I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me.
Механизм.
Construct
Пайман
next
это
to his first
механизм.
work.
Beep! Construct.
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And
Have you made a decision regarding the matter?
it seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation.
There's no need for flattery.
Yeah,
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district.
understood.
Matt,
Hurry, bring the map.
in 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and cap. Any questions about the time?
None at all, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Есть, сэр. Мы вас поняли.
Maybe
Ничего не
hanging out with
заподозрить.
Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the academia. Get ready.
2 дня, Япона, мать, 2 дня ждать. Боже, серьезно? Могли бы, как в прошлый раз, просто промотать. А время какое? Ну, типа, камон. В прошлый раз у меня было задание, типа, промотайте день. Промотал. Потом, после диалога, так давайте еще 2 дня промотаем. И оно просто такую заставку, типа, прошло 2 дня, вы чем-то там занимались. Все. Это было гораздо быстрее, чем вот так вот 2 дня мотать. Я же надеюсь, что сейчас, типа, будете ок, да? Типа, все, засчиталось 2 дня или надо еще до завтрашнего утра мотать?
It's time for the operation.
Да.
Let's go meet Sino and...
То я никогда не понимал, как тут дни мотаются. Ну, в плане понимаю, но для задания как оно зачитывается, типа, сегодняшнего дня, завтрашнего. Короче, в этом плане у меня проблема. Давай. Давай. Дай мне жизни. Блин, у меня опять вентиль в этом. Ах, хрен с ним. Ща, мужики, я их отмутужу за пару секунд.
Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation. Since this is a big case for the academia, we are
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, they are our only leads for the case.
understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching!
Make preparations and be ready for combat.
Давай. Я их...
Oh? What a warm welcome! What are you judging from those shiny weapons?
Rahman, the academia has caught wind of your smuggling and...
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a Brothers! For that slight, let's...
Да-да. А чё вас так много, блядь? Ладно. В культе Тартюки надо привыкнуть.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
А ну давай-ка вот так вот. Нормально, по всем прошел. Нормально, наверное.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge. A sight to behold. Right now. Right here.
Yahoo!
Смерть. Смерть человеком.
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the...
Да-да.
You pitiful... King Deshret will curse you!
Silence.
Oh!
Зачем ты его ударил?
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave.
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
Да. Теперь мы должны их
This
вытащить.
part of the plan went really...
Yes.
That's fantastic. And that punch you gave Ramon there? Sure...
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's
Yeah! You're the reason why I...
It's not the time to celebrate. Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it really okay for us not to share the full plan with Tainari?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my If we need help, Tainari is the... Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't.
Ладно. Эремита на кредите. Что? Эремита на кредите, реально. Умейте сами провести Рахмана и Вадрицу меру. Не за что. Я всего-то их побил. Чисто вот великая помощь. Помоги нам пройти через кордон. Взял, вот мотузил, отправил. Сказать, забирайте посылку.
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all?
В
Here you
смысле?
come rolling in. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place down...
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here.
Да мы заняты были, они просто сидели.
I just like seeing that. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here.
But where's she...
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui Harbinger known as the Doctor. We need to make sure dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the doctor were to crash the party, it would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goal.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have
По
to deal
сути,
with
он
someone
оттуда и
like that.
вылез.
According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the doctor. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone.
А какие именно услуги? Не только что телохранителя, я могу и другие попросить.
I'm not that mercenary.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go.
How much more?
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you come on, give me a smile so that I can be looking good. I hope there are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to. Let's go.
Да. Куда дальше? Дальше нам к Тигнаре. Там, где мы увидели эту безумную. Или мы не там ее видели. Да нету. По-любому. Я помню, я сюда не заходил пару дней. Ну. Я в город этот не заходил. У меня еще тут... Не, стоп, я туда заходил, этот город. У меня просто тогда свет вырубили, у меня запись крашнулась. И YouTube такой, ну, извини, ты ее грузил пару часов, но мы ее не принимали. Привет, ушастый.
Ah, traveler, Paimon. And
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She.
a mercenary. You must have some big news for me.
No.
It's something really important. Please help us out.
All right. Then
Я так понимаю, это был от Сайна какой-то
this place is better.
письменный
It won't
этот.
be disturbed by any passerby. Okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left parties.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just. For now, all we can share with you is that.
Sino, you see. I see. So that's why. Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the trap, you don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to.
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent.
Снежная. Этот акцент.
So you mean...
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a fine... Let me ask. Have you been taking care of a skull?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have...
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to...
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a...
Oh. I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me.
Не, в твоем-то профессионализме, блядь.
General level of
Ты ж
knowledge.
нихуя не доктор.
How unbefitting.
Ты, блядь, этот, как его?
Well, you're the only one who's ever made
Преступник, короче, его.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I will personally supervise her treatment.
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the academia. Her situation is transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, I cannot possibly sign off on this transfer. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass.
Но он же не украл ее,
I
да?
don't know much about the doctor, But after talking with him, I realized that just like it's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits and was
Давай, ну говори уже, не томи меня.
I see, I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before. It's just as the academia said. You're a and that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Да? Я не знаю про что он, но в принципе зловещий.
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. Perhaps I'm nothing but a talking rock in his eyes. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation.
I can barely believe it myself.
I don't think I missed any details. Frankly speaking, I don't want you to do anything too risky.
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so.
Ну да.
To be perfect. Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return to the...
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on it. This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters.
I get it. Since you are all...
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself...
I can do that. But the academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the academia.
All right. We've got a plan. I'll stay at Gundar.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra...
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Действительно.
Being loyal to the academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. On that note, aren't you also...
The academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long.
I see. So you noticed something was up.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down this harbinger. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he...
That way.
Туда.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually... He also said that he'll take care of everything before he leaves. Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went.
We'll do it the mercenary way. I'll find Lee... That harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces.
Он Феличуру гоняется.
Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is.
Веди меня туда.
We're headed in the right direction.
Где нету ни следа.
The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought.
Фи, как-то так странно бегают. Типа простой шаг медленнее, чем у них. А когда я спринтую, то типа они наоборот медленные. Типа, нельзя было сделать нас одинаковыми.
We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by boat?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look for her.
Понятно. Отправляемся в порт. Так, который час? Сейчас прям же скоро свет могут вырубить. Ну, типа, не то есть, надо заканчивать. Ой, блядь, с этими отключениями задолблюсь я смотреть на часы.
Don't draw their... The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Да, как-то их слишком до хрена.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Что разведы?
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him. It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
Ну, он мужик.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a... This place will do. We can hide here while we...
Uh-oh! He saw us!
Да-да.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say good...
Wait, is he... And where are all the soldiers we saw in the...
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
Что-то мне кажется, это не просто ловушка. Это очень давно была ловушка.
Wait, don't...
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Что-то мне подсказывает, что мы уже во сне.
No. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui...
Oh no! Are you saying...
Let's go!
Поперли. Где? Там. Ой, гоняете вы старика по этим городам. Спасибо, что телепорты есть.
Party's DI is not a place you Fatui can
Да,
just
Тигнарий в
show
своем
up and do as
репертуаре.
you please.
Перед ним предвестник. Он такой, слышь ты, иди отсюда. Перед ним армия Фатуи. Слышь, тебя выберут, пошли отсюда. Если перед ним Архонт встанет и типа скажет, я заберу твою пациентку, она мне нужна. Он тоже такой типа станет в позу, руки скрестил на груди такой, не, слышно ты это, давай, вали отсюда. Мне кажется, прям так все и будет.
Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Party's DI for research purposes.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it...
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself.
Вот! Блядь, великий мудрец в их планы не вмешивается, а тут простой ученый, ну, в плане выпускник академии, который, по сути, ну, даже не ученый ни хера получается. Который просто, блядь, лесной страж, который, так сказать, и там, и сям, мальчик на побегушках, говорит какой-то, блядь, великой организации с другой стороны. Вы кто такие? Идите сюда нахер, я в вас сомневаюсь.
I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not just looking for herbs.
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your harbinger to blame. I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so
У
much
него
to
сейчас его сигнатурка в руках, да? Лишь не
Then it
кажется?
seems our conversation has hit.
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my...
Ладно, значит будем пиздиться.
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
Ой, 18 тысяч. Вот это вкусненько.
Keep dreaming.
Yes, Kainari, beat him up!
А,
Emerge. Oh,
ай. Один.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. The doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
А чё на меня грибы сагрились? Хороший вопрос.
emerge. Right here. Right now. Let's play! Time for takeoff. Emerge. Right here. I'm always watching. Right now. Right here.
Easy.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia.
Got it! Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken in.
А что за камера сверху? Это за нами же кто-то следит? Это кукла. Нет, она просто спит, ну ладно.
Oh, that's good.
Ну, смотри, смотри, я говорю, это либо сон, либо ловушка.
You think this is over?
Скоромуч. Здрасте.
What? The balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
А смеси ужаса, вроде злобная мордашка.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to parties. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to
Who are you talking to? It can't be the
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Кажется, это и будет наша превьюшка. Стопудово.
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some fine... Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they can... But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of... Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Which is why I'm talking to you like this.
Ну ладно.
What do you mean? Those words almost make... But you're wrong. I'm different from all of you.
Ну да, ты ж не настоящий, ты ж игрушка.
I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning.
that all I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction?
Я уже рассказывал, кажется, и не раз. Типа была игра, типа эмблема огня на кнопочных телефонах. Там, короче, когда ты проходишь эту игру, в самом конце ты получаешь концовку. Ну, она вроде как там только одна или две. Одна вроде. Не знаю, я ее прошел много раз, но всегда одна и та же концовка, поэтому, наверное, одна. Так вот, там в конце был диалог, вот прямо после титров, так сказать, в котором компаньон главного героя спрашивал его, мол, стоит ли защищать мир, в котором каждый желает тебе смерти. Это что-то типа того же. Стоит ли защищать мир с таким рвением, там где, если мир вообще как бы не твой, и вообще, ну, ты отсюда, скорее всего, съебешь уже скоро. Как скоро? Через пару лет.
So I can hear what you're thinking and sense that this is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth.
Так открой мне глаза, блядь, скажи эту
For your
истину.
own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my... You're doubting me again? No, Matt. Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower?
Наверное, нет.
How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at... The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny... You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy... It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be.
Мне не нравится эта фигня.
That person Paimon couldn't see was the Palantir? Oh, he sure chatted with you. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger.
Так, время уже, блядь. Время заканчивать. Поэтому давай сейчас пару разговоров, до свидания. Как бы я тоже хочу это все поскорее закончить, но все имеет свою эту.
Have the Fatui retreated?
Видимо.
Hey, what happened to you?
А чё он наэлектризовался?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen Eremites get struck by lightning before.
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. My wound aside, you look like you've seen...
Hey, didn't I tell you not to...
Just in case.
Да, так будет лучше. Так, ребят, давайте на этом я закончу. В следующей серии мы продолжим, потому что, ну, блин, у меня же сейчас реально свет могут вырубить, поэтому ну его нахер. Я не хочу, чтобы 50 минут сюжета, грубо говоря, просто, блядь, пропали, то что свет вырубился, и у меня запись такая. Пока-пока. Тоже да. Всем спасибо. Всем пока, до встречи. В следующей серии мы идем дальше. Пока.